What's up to all my people? And welcome to Stoniecast number 110. Season 4, episode 8 of Thoughts and Hunches, making money in bunches and sucker punches. It's your boy, Stony, coming back to you for the 110th time. And I'd like to welcome all of my fellow lowlife scumbags, shady characters, hoodlums, anybody named Phil Mickelson, altar boys with unhealthy relationships with their priests, hustlers, cheats, foul-mouthed raging alcoholics, friends and family of the gooch, fienders, and degenerates. I mean, let's face it, anybody with a massive gambling problem, right? If you fit in to one or a few of those categories, so welcome, because you're one of us. 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 Gooba gobba. One of us. We accepted one of us. Sorry. I just, I get a little excited every now and then. Hey, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down here in the lower right-hand corner so you can get notified every time I put out a new video. And to spread the word is easy, too. Just tell other fienders to go to YouTube and enter Thoughts and Hunches in the search bar. That'll take you directly to my page so you can get dialed in to everything that I give you. Also, if you're new and don't know what's with this channel, it's college and pro football winners, MLB playoff winners, and college basketball winners. I give you my picks to get you to the window with a ticket to cash. I'm like the Beastie Boys, step into the party, disrupt the whole scene. It's what I do. That's right. Before I get to the picks, I have a few thoughts and programming notes as usual. MLB playoffs are here. So far, they've been very exciting. I've always maintained that the two best months of the year are March and October, in that order. The ending of the Braves-Dodger game on Monday night was incredible. Teams like Texas and Arizona, both wild card teams, going in and winning 2 games on the road against 100-win teams in Baltimore and the Dodgers. Minnesota breaking their streak of futility, and Bruce Bochy simply being, well, he's freaking Bruce Bochy. Let me tell you something about Boch, and remember, this is coming from a Giants fan. Bochy is proof positive that analytic gurus do nothing more than get in their own way. Bochy's a baseball lifer like Dusty Baker, who's been playing and managing for over 50 years, and he manages the game by feel and instincts instead of having his head buried into a computer. Am I an angry Giants fan? Sure I am. I have every right to be. The Giants just fired their manager, who was the poster child for analytics. While I watch Bochy take a different team to the playoffs, and he just finished off a sweep. It's just, there's nobody alive that manages a bullpen better than Boch. Enjoy October, people. The World Series starts in 2 weeks. Rest in peace to Dick Butkus, who passed away last week at the age of 80. I'm not old enough to remember his playing days, but as a kid, I grew up in a time where his shadow loomed over all linebackers. Now, I'm incredibly blessed to have seen the likes of Jack Lambert, Mike Singletary, Zach Thomas, Ray Lewis, Junior Seau, Brian Urlacher, Patrick Willis, and the list goes on, right? But they all paled in comparison to Butkus. He was the man. Quick birthday shout-outs to my little sister, Nicole, from South Florida. Her birthday was yesterday. And my former stepson, Chris, his birthday is on Friday. Love to both of you. Last week was an interesting one as I got off to a 4-2 start in college football on Wednesday through Friday. And throughout Saturday, I just couldn't find a groove. But as the sun went down, I suddenly got hot and closed the day on a 7-3 run to get us to 13-9 for the day and 17-11 for the week in the NCAAs. That's 60 freaking percent, and I'm trying to be nice with my F-bombs by saying freaking. MLB playoffs was up and down. And with all the picks for the week that began a week ago yesterday, and this includes wild card series wins and losses, I was still a solid 14-9-1 on the week. NFL, I never could get a groove that began with a thud last Thursday. And while I can tell you that I changed my pick for the Raiders on Monday night, which I did after the 4-point line movement. I can't do that to you. I'll own up to the Packers pick that I gave you last week, even though I changed to the Raiders and hit. But it doesn't matter. 5-9 is an awful NFL weekend, which will severely drop my NFL numbers. But the week itself was still solid all around. Here they go. Here are the numbers. Last week, 35 wins, 28 losses, 1 push. 55.55%, solid everywhere except the NFL. NCAA football for the season, 92 wins, 71 losses, 2 pushes. That's 56.44%. Remember a few weeks ago when I was at 52%? Yeah, me neither. NFL, 46 wins, 35 losses, 1 push, 56.79%. That's down from 61%, right? One bad week hurts, period. MLB playoffs, 14 wins, 9 losses, 1 push, 60.87%. Doesn't get much better than that. So overall, out of all 7 weeks and every pick that I've given you so far this season, 151 wins, 114 losses, and 4 pushes. 56.98%, right at 57, let's face it. It's a small dip, but still solid. You're welcome. I mean, you got to remember that all these picks are 100% free. So for all of those touts that give you 75 to 80% winners, come on. We all know that you're full of shit. Plus, you're charging for these picks. With me, just come to YouTube every week and I'll drop my plays on you for free. You can also follow me on X at Stony Woods. STONIE. All right, just like I keep reminding you that his name is Najee Harris and not Najee. His name's Najee Harris. Stoney is spelled STONIE, people. Get it through your heads. Let's start the American League Division Series today, starting soon in about 45 minutes at 2 Eastern in Stoneapolis, as the Twins are a minus 125 home favorite trying to stave off elimination from the defending champion Astros. Jose Urquidy, I call him Urquidy. He gets the ball for the Stros while Joe Ryan toes the slab for the Twins. The Twins' run was nice this year, but it ends here. Houston gets to the ALCS. Give me the Astros plus 105 and over 8. Game 3 of the Braves-Phils series is in Stoneadelphia today at 5 Eastern with the series tied at a game apiece. Atlanta doesn't have a pitcher yet. They still haven't named their freaking pitcher. Figure this out. Aaron Nola gets the ball for Philly at home as a favorite of 125 and the total set at 9. Nola's a big game pitcher and is going to do well tonight. But just as what happened back in Game 2 in Hot Town, the Braves offense is going to take over late. Give me Atlanta, probably in a bullpen game, plus 125 and over 9 because of the bandbox that they're playing in. The nightcap tonight's in Phoenix as the Dodgers look to get on the board after dropping their first 2 of the series at home to the Diamondbacks. Lance Lynn, fat Lance Lynn, who's just been awful this year, he gets the start for the Dodgers while Brandon Pfaadt, who? Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt starts for the Diamondbacks. This is basically going to become a bullpen game for both pitchers because neither one is expected to even see a batter in the 4th inning. I still think Zona wins this series, but that's going to have to wait because as much as it pains me, I'm going to take the Dodgers on the run line here at plus 110, and I'll make it 3 straight overs today. Here's your baseball. College football, where I went a shitstorm of 0-3 last night to start the week, which means it's time to pick it up, starting right now. Tonight we got 2 games. Let's start at 7:30 Eastern in Miami on ESPN2, and I'm going to take Florida International at home minus 1 over a really bad UTEP squad. 9 Eastern on CBS Sports Network in Las Cruces. I'm going to take the road team here with the Sam Houston State Bearcats, plus 3.5 at New Mexico State. Moving on to tomorrow, Thursday night, NCAA football starting at 7 Eastern on FS1 in H-Town. I like West Virginia here on the road, minus 2 and a chunk over Houston. 7:30 Eastern on ESPN in Greenville. SMU's badly overhyped, so I'm going to take East Carolina at home minus 12.5 over the Mustangs. Also on Thursday night, we have NFL action on Amazon, of course, as the Chiefs are 10.5-point home favorites over the Broncos. Yeah, the Broncos stink, especially defensively. The Chiefs might hang 50 on them. Won't happen. Broncos plus 10.5. That's your play. It just has to be the play, right? Since I started 3-0 on Thursday night NFL, I've dropped my last two. So I need the Broncos to get me going again. Friday night, NCAA football kicks off at 7 Eastern in Memphis on ESPN, and I'm going to go with Tulane minus 3.5 on the road over the Memphis Tigers. 8 Eastern in Logan on CBS Sports Network. I look for Fresno to bounce back strong after suffering their first loss last week in Laramie. Give me Fresno State minus 6 at Utah State. And then Friday night's nightcap, the degenerate special, if you will, of Friday, 10 Eastern in Boulder. I lost with them last week against a pretty bad Arizona State squad, but I have to take Colorado at home here against a truly god-awful Stanford squad. The Cardinals are a mess, and Colorado's massively overrated, but the Buffalo offense is going to do enough to cover the 12-point number, giving me 3 favorites on the night. Let's move on to Saturday, college football. We're going to start at noon Eastern in Piscataway on the Big Ten Network, and we'll start with 3 straight Big Ten matchups. While Michigan State is starting to improve while putting the Mel Trucker drama behind them, I still have to take a very good Rutgers team, which hasn't lost yet against the spread this year, at home minus 5.5. Also at noon Eastern on Big Fox, and with Jim Harbaugh back, Michigan is starting to bury teams, right? They'll do it again on Saturday, but 34 and a hook is a lot of points, so I have to dance with Indiana here on the road in the Big House with 5 touchdowns. Noon Eastern in West Lafayette on Peacock. 3rd-ranked Ohio State is the play here. Laying 19.5 on the road at Purdue. Purdue's shit. Ohio State's not. Noon Eastern, about 20 minutes up the road from here, we have the 3 Fs. Family, faith, and football. On CBS, it's top-ranked Georgia visiting Music City to take on Vanderbilt as 31.5-point chalk. Georgia finally looked like the top-ranked team in the country last week, while Vandy continues to struggle. In conference, at home, catching 31.5, give me the Commodores. Noon Eastern in Tuscaloosa on ESPN, 11th-ranked Alabama is a 19.5-point home favorite over Arkansas. But I like the Hogs here. Through the back door, late. Noon Eastern in the Queen City on FS1. Give me Iowa State plus 5.5 at Cincinnati. 3 Eastern in Salt Lake Stony on the Pac-12 network. Cal has been a much tougher team out for Pac-12 opponents this year. And even though 16th ranked Utah is coming off a bye, star quarterback Cam Rising is still not ready. So I'm going to take Cal plus the 13.5 on the road. 3:30 Eastern in College Park on NBC. Maryland is the play. At minus 14 over Illinois. Watch them bounce back strong. Maryland and Taulia Tagovailoa. Yeah, Terps. 3:30 Eastern on FS1 in Stillwater. Give me 23rd ranked Kansas with or without Jalon Daniels. Minus 3.5 on the road over Okie State. 3:30 Eastern, the game of the day is in Seattle on ABC, and it's 7th-ranked Washington as a home favorite of 2.5 over number 8 Oregon, and the total set at 67.5. This is going to be a beauty, as the 2 best teams, in my opinion, in the Pac-12 are going to engage in a shootout of monumental proportions. Bo Nix versus Michael Penix, 2 explosive offenses. Which side to take? I don't give a shit who wins, but I will take the over. 67.5, give me the over. 3:30 in Eastern in Knoxville on CBS. Texas A&M's nice, but so is Tennessee. Give me the 19th-ranked Vols at home as a short favorite of 3.5. 3:30 Eastern on ESPN in Fort Worth. TCU is a 4.5-point favorite over BYU, despite the fact that the Horned Frogs have dropped 2 straight and haven't really beaten anyone. Give me BYU here, plus the points on the road with a money line play getting serious consideration. 4 Eastern on Big Fox and Madtown. I'm all over the Iowa-Wisconsin under of 36.5. Neither team can score and both have good defense. Under 36.5. 6:30 Eastern on the CW network in the stadium formerly known as the Giant Ketchup Bottle in Steel City. I like Pittsburgh at home catching 8 over number 14 Louisville, who might be a little bit overvalued here after knocking off Notre Dame last week in one of my many winners, by the way. 7 Eastern in Pullman on Pac-12 Network. 19th ranked Washington State gets it back together after losing to UCLA last week, and another one of my winners, by the way, to take out Arizona. Give me the Cougars minus 8.5. Big number, but I'm going to lay them anyway. 7 Eastern in Baton Rouge on ESPN. Give me LSU. Yeah, I said give me LSU at home over Auburn. Enough said. 7 Eastern in Colorado Springs on CBS Sports Network. Give me undefeated Air Force laying 10.5 to Wyoming. 7:30 Eastern in Chapel Hill on ABC. 12th ranked North Carolina will give 25th ranked Miami their second straight loss after the Canes completely shat all over themselves last week at home to a very bad Georgia Tech team. I like Miami's defense, but if Tech took them apart, imagine what Drake May's going to do. Heels minus 3.5. 7:30 Eastern on SEC Network in Lexington. I like Missouri plus 2.5 on the road at Kentucky. 7:30 Eastern on NBC in South Bend. Touchdown Jesus. 21st ranked Notre Dame is 2.5, minus 2.5. They're clearly the play here over 10th ranked USC. USC suddenly leaking oil offensively, and they still have an offense, a terrible defense, just brutal. Notre Dame should have their way with them. 8 Eastern, ACC Network in Durham. I like number 17 Duke as a short 3.5-point favorite over North Carolina State. 8 Eastern on Big Fox in Corvallis. I'm on 18th ranked UCLA on the road plus 4 over number 15 Oregon State. My Bruins finally get the Big Fox treatment. I've now lost the Degenerate Special 2 weeks in a row, and I sit 4-2 on the season after starting 4-0. This week's special's at 11 Eastern in Stony Lulu on CBS Sports Network, and I'm going to take the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii at home plus 6 over San Diego State. What's that, 23 plays for Saturday? Add that to the 10 from yesterday through Friday, and that's a mind-numbing 33 college football plays for the week. That's too many combined, but that's just for the week, right? I told you this week was a busy week. Now let's jump into Sunday. Ready? We'll start at 9:30 Eastern on NFL Network in London again, where Baltimore is a 3.5-point favorite over Tennessee. Both teams are coming off disappointing divisional losses on the road, so a trip to London may not suck. I'll tell you what sucks, and that's the Titans' offense. Give me the Ravens and lay 3.5. 1 Eastern. The Falcons are a short 2.5-point home favorite over Washington. And while Washington hasn't been the same after winning their first 2, the Falcons are a different team in Hot Town. So I like Atlanta minus 2.5. The Vikings and the Bears meet up in the Windy City at 1 Eastern, and with Minnesota a 3-point favorite, I'll take the Bears as a reverse turf home underdog, the only one, by the way. And also, by the way, that trend went 1-2 last week. So it now sits at 8-7 on the season. Cincinnati's a 2.5-point favorite at home at 1 Eastern over Seattle. And I'm going to roll with the road dog here, coming off a bye. I don't know why. It just makes sense. Seattle, everybody thinks just because they had one, or Cincinnati, everybody thinks they're on a roll now. Joe Burrow's back and he's held it. I don't give a shit. Seattle's a better team. Give me the Hawks. Catching 2 and a hook on the road. 1 Eastern on the shores of Lake Erie. The 49ers come to town as a 5-point road chalk over the Browns. Some shops are touting it at 4.5. Cleveland's had a week off to prepare for how to slow down the Niners. They can't. Niners roll. Miami's a 13.5-point home favorite over Carolina at 1 Eastern. And I'm trying to think of a reason to take Carolina, considering I hate laying double-digit points in the NFL. I can't think of a reason. Finn's dance. The Colts and Jaguars meet in Jacksonville at 1 Eastern. Yeah, they're the Jaguars. That's another one. They're not the Jaguars, Jim Rome. At 1 Eastern. The Jags are 4.5-point home favorites. Jayville will win the South, but after a long trip back from London and a tough in-division rivalry, the Colts have revenge on their minds after Jacksonville beat them in week 1. I don't care. Actually, I do care. Jags beat them in week 1. Are they going to do it again? Nope. Give me the Colts and Minshew Mania catching 4.5 on the road. 1 Eastern in Houston. The Saints are 1.5-point road favorites over the Texans. New Orleans blew out New England on Sunday, while Houston lost a heartbreaker in Atlanta. I like the Texans at home as the short home dog. 4 Eastern in Las Vegas. The Raiders are a 3-point favorite over the Patriots in the who really gives a shit about these two horrible teams bowl. The Raiders can't possibly win 2 straight with that bad of a team, can they? When you beat the Packers and Patriots, I guess you can, because they're even worse. Give me the Raiders at home, even though they're on a short week. 4:25 Eastern in Inglewood, always up to no good. The Rams are 6-point home favorites over the Cardinals, and I'll take the Cards here on the road with the points. 4:25 Eastern at Snoopyville in New Jersey. The Eagles are 7-point road favorites over the Jets. I bet the Eagles twice this year, and I'm 0-2. I bet against the Eagles 3 times, and I'm 0-3. I can't figure them out. I have to win an Eagle game. I'm getting frustrated. Let's go Jets. 4:25 Eastern in Tampa. The Lions come in as a 3-point road chalk over the Bucks. Trap City, coming off a bye week. Tampa Bay's looking. Tampa Bay and my roommate's best friend, Baker Mayfield, they're playing good ball. The Lions have to be the play here, right? Baker's playing out of his mind and coming off a bye, like I said, but sorry, I'm still not sold. Detroit is 12-3 in their last 15. Detroit as the short road favorite. After an 0-3 start on Sunday Night Football, I've now hit 2 straight. And this Sunday, it's in Buffalo as the Bills are a 2-touchdown favorite over the Giants. Buffalo lost in London last week and had to travel back, so they should roll, especially against a horrendous Giants squad. I hate laying this kind of lumber, especially in division, so I won't. Well, it's not in division, so I won't. I'll take the Giants and the points. Yes, I'm taking both New Jersey teams this weekend. What could possibly go wrong? I've somehow managed to get to 3-1 on Monday Night Football after a miserable start. And this Monday, we got the Cowboys on the road as a 2-point favorite over the Chargers in Inglewood, always up to no good. This may be an overreaction to Dallas getting curb stomped by the Niners 3 days ago, but the Chargers are coming off a bye, and their offense should continue to score, so I'll take San Diego, LA, or the Chargers, whatever the hell you want to call them. Shit, I'll take them all, especially considering the fact Austin Eckler's coming back and he'll be in the lineup. 33 college football plays and all 15 NFL matchups. That's 48 freaking picks for the week. That should be more than enough. Not even counting the daily MLB plays that I will continue to drop every single day in the comments section of this video. That's going to get us to over 60 picks. 35 wins this week would be nice, but the closer we get to 40, the more damage we can do. The next video will be out next Wednesday, but remember to keep checking back daily. MLB, every single day I will post in the comments section my daily MLB plays and next Tuesday's NCAA football. Until then, you got to remember that if you want to win big, you got to bet big. You can't go broke taking a profit. Scared money don't make money. For me, the action is the juice. There's money on the streets that can't be ignored. And finally, good luck to you. Miss you, Gooch, in a big way.